Hey, it is Dawn Nicole here with Queen City Women in Business, and today I want to answer a question that many of you have been asking. What is the future state of those diverse supplier certifications now that our President Donald Trump has rolled back DEI, which inadvertently impacts supplier diversity? Let's unpack it right here on our YouTube channel. Now, before we do, if you enjoy content just like this, go ahead and click the like or subscribe button so that you never ever miss out on any great content that impacts you as a small business looking to compete for corporate contracts. Okay, so let's get into it. Queen City Women in Business Included was one of the companies who only 4 months ago was really encouraging our women-owned small businesses to make sure that they had those certifications intact, whether it's a woman-owned small business, a WOSB, whether it's a WBE, a woman business enterprise, an SBE, small business enterprise, MBE, minority business enterprise, right? And the list goes on. We have the VBE, the veteran business enterprise. We have the LGBTBE, right? We have all of the certifications that ordinarily are in place to certify through a third party that you are in fact a minority small business so that you can take advantage of contracts and opportunities set aside for you as a potentially marginalized community. That was the goal. However, that was not the only strategy to getting contracts, but that was certainly one of them. So now the question begs to be asked, in a new state beyond DEI, where do certifications sit? Do I need them? Do I not need them? Do I renew this one that's getting ready to expire in 30 days? Dawn Nicole, what do I do? So here's how we're going to answer that question. Number one, remember, when it comes to you as a small business working with corporations, you are always going to follow the requirements and the mandates of that corporation that you're looking to serve and support. Therefore, if you are looking to work with our partners at Diversified Maintenance, let's just say, and Diversified Maintenance still honors that minority business enterprise certification or a small business certification, then you are still going to make sure that you have that intact, because what you don't want to do is be caught off guard where they do require it and you still don't have it. Let's be really clear. Those DEI rollbacks and supplier diversity rollbacks were really dictating how the government, right, sees it. They were sort of leaving it to the private sector, to corporations to make their own decisions. Yes, they were threatening to pull some incentives and to have some implications if these corporations didn't follow suit. But ultimately, these are private corporations and they can make their own rules. Now, under the fire, you have seen where some corporations, in fact, rolled back, like Target, who took a lot of heat, Walmart, Lowe's, and some others. But then you also saw corporations double down, right? Because they have the power to make their own individual decisions on this. So where do you fall as a small business? I will tell you this: whatever company you're looking to work with, find out in advance where they stand. Does their information still state that you need to have a diverse supplier certification? If so, then that's what you need to have in order to work there until you hear otherwise. Okay. Now, my personal opinion, people ask me all the time, Dawn Nicole, long term, what do you think will go away? What do you think will stay? Well, I don't have a crystal ball. I will tell you what I believe is not going away ever, and that is the SBE, the small business enterprise, right? Because if the overarching goal is to create an equal level playing field where you no longer see race and minority and marginalized groups, or at least you're no longer going to have people compete in those brackets and in those buckets, what will always remain is small business. Small business enterprise will always be there, right? In fact, our economy, the US economy, was built, the infrastructure was built on the backs of small business. So you will always have a scenario where large corporations will always want to work with small businesses, regardless of how you classify them further by race or socioeconomic status. Therefore, it will always behoove you, small businesses, to keep that small business certification in your back pocket no matter what, okay? The other thing that is always an option as well is you can do something that is called self-certify. Self-certify is where you say, I self-certify myself as a Black-owned business, a minority business, a LGBT business, a small business even. So self-certification is where you did not go through a third-party verifier or a third-party body who can attest that you are in fact a small business. Self-certify is when you are attesting that, yes, I'm a small business based on me making under $5 million in revenue for the year and not having a team size that exceeds X. It could be 50 employees or 30 employees, right? So every corporation has its own threshold for what they classify as a small business, but it's pretty standard to do it based on team size, so size of your company and your revenue size, okay? So therefore, this is what I'm saying. Let me summarize it to make it make sense and make it clear for you. A, you're always going to want to do what the corporation you look to serve and support is mandating that you do to have a contract with them. Number one. Number two, your best bet is to go ahead and not change anything unless you hear otherwise. So if you are currently a WBE where you have the WeBank certification and it's time to renew, go ahead and renew it. Better safe than sorry until you hear otherwise, okay? Also, thirdly, the certification that I do not believe is ever going to be in question is the SBE, the Small Business Enterprise Certification, and we did put in the description some reference links of where you could go to find that, okay? Lastly, self-certification is always an option. Now, whether or not people want to accept it is one thing, but that is something you can do right now if you're just totally uncertain and you don't have the funds to pay for a certification, because many of the corporate certifications cost, and you have to renew them annually, okay? So these are some things that you should know as we are trying to navigate this new normal and we are in a new era of business. All right, I hope that this was helpful. If so, make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, and also put your thoughts down in the comments below. I want to hear from you, okay? All right, take care, stay on the grow, and as always, if you are a woman-owned business or a small business and you are looking to get connected to contracts faster, then definitely hit us up at www.qcwib.com to join one of the fastest growing communities for companies, businesses looking to connect with corporate contracts. All right, see you later. Take care. Dawn Nicole signing off.